if you see life, what is happening is this. See this carefully. This is the equation of life, where this OA represents your evolution, how much you have grown, how much you have fixed your parameters clearly. Your evolution is defined from 0 to 100. Correspondingly, the CD line represents your dependency on the world. Dependency means dependency to be happy. Remember that. When I say dependency on the world, it doesn't mean that you should not have anything from the world. Then immediately you will ask a cross question to me. Eswaran, are you not dependent on your spectacles? If I remove the specs, I can't see. Not really, yeah? Not now. If I am able to communicate to you all sitting at my house, how? I am dependent on the internet. I am dependent on the computer. I am dependent on that YouTube. I am dependent on that Zoom, about which I have no clue. Same way, you are also dependent on all these things for you to listen to this lecture. This is all happening, no? How is it? And that's what we say. Dependence here means you are dependent on the world for happiness. Put that within brackets. I have not deliberately put it. You see, it's not there deliberately. It is you who have to add that within brackets. So anytime you hear the word, the spiritual people are all independent, that means it is not that he becomes independent, means he doesn't have to eat anything from the world. Automatically his body will generate things and all that, please. It doesn't work that way. Independent of the world means he is not dependent on something from the world to give him happiness. Now that ratio is what you see here. When you are 0% developed spiritually, you are 100% dependent on the world. When you are 100% evolved, then 0% is your dependency. That's the equation. Okay. Now what we understand is, none of us belong to either 0 or 100 in our scale of evolution. We don't belong to either 100 or others, somewhere in between. Assuming that you are 25% evolved, then your dependency on the world is 75. When I say dependency, what we mean is, I need a car for myself, a car for my wife, a car for my servant, a car for my daughter, for all of us, and then a spare car should be there in the house, so that we are not having any problem. So what is needed, sir? I need five cars, and then I need about X amount of money in the bank, and then I need this, I need this, I need this. You put all those things put together, that is called a 75. Okay. Now, mark me carefully now. I am evolved 25. I require 75. If I am having that 75, I am balanced. Meaning, I will look normal. I will look okay. I don't have any problems in life. Whereas, when I need 75, I possess only 50, let's say. My evolution is 25. I need 75, but I have only 50, which means there is a short of minus 25. That minus 25 is what we call as stress. You see, now whenever you are having minimum evolution, maximum stress you will experience in life. Because to acquire all that and to retain all that I require without anything missing, demands tremendous amount of effort, demands a lot out of me, which is not possible. Therefore, always I will fall short. That falling short is called as hell. How is life going, sir? Hell, man. Means what? He needs that much for him to be normal, but he is having only this much. That is called stress. That's called hell. Okay. Then comes another category of a person. He says he is slightly more evolved. Okay. Next category. I'm just changing it. You can use the same example also, but I'm just changing it so that it's easy to understand. There is a person who is at 50. Now we all know when he is 50, what he needs, sir, he needs 50. Okay. Imagine that fellow who is at 50, who needs 50, but he possesses 75. What happens to his case? He is in heaven, they say, because of surplus 25. Okay. Like this, the equation keeps happening. Okay. Now, there is an individual. You are standing somewhere, wherever you can be in your life. You can be experiencing heavenly life right now or a hellish life right now. Why your life is like that, sir? Vedanta says it's because of this balancing. Now, what Vedanta does is it helps you to work on both the lines parallelly. To resolve the problem, what you can do? Either you can work on CD or you can work on AB. Either case you can do. What is happening in most of our life is most of us know how to work with reference to CD, how to earn more, how to increase our comforts, how to do all these things. This dimension of it we have learned to some extent, at least through our education, through skill in enhancement and all those things that we have done. Whereas hardly we have worked on the other direction of how do you move from A towards B. Thereby, it is not enough for you to lead a normal life. You have to lead a blissful life. What is a blissful life, sir? Heavenly abode means my demands are less, but my possessions are much more. I am so happy traveling by metro train. Take a cycle, go park there, take the metro, go to office, go wherever I want to go. I finish my work, come back, cycle. That's all I require. But I have 3 cars in my house. That sort of a life, if a person leads, that is called heavenly life. Now, Vedanta says human life should be lived like that. If you want to live like that, from where you should begin? He says, you have to begin from where you are standing. Exactly like when somebody is asking a direction to come to your house, first question you ask them is, where are you right now? Isn't it? Unless he tells where he is, how can you give a direction to him? Imagine he says, I am calling from New York. How do I come to your house? Vis-a-vis a person who says, I am in Jayanagar. How do I come to your house? How can you give the same direction? The directions will vary, no? How you speak to this person, how you speak to this person. Same way, Vedanta says, if you have to reach to that destination of yours, which is infinite bliss, happiness, God, realization, whatever words you want, you use it. It doesn't matter which term you are going to use it. If that is your final abode, and remember, this is not the abode Vedanta wants you to go and reach. Remember that. That is the abode you want to reach. Only problem is you know not how to reach and where to search for it. You see, that's the only problem. Now, that's all you need from Vedanta. Vedanta need not come and give you the ideal, the destination. You need Vedanta to define a path to you, methodology to you, the technology to be given to you. How am I to reach there? That's what I want. Where I want to reach is already fixed. How he gives a beautiful example. Now, all of us are pressurized to seek happiness. And the pressure keeps varying from person to person. And upon realization, upon reaching that state, there is no more pressure experienced by that individual to seek more pleasure. No more pressure in him to seek. Therefore, we understand what? That is my original status. Infinite bliss is my original nature. Till I reach that state, I will not be rest contented. There will be pressure experienced within me, within every individual, anyone in the world. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be even president of a country, or you can be the chairman of a World Bank also. Still, you will also experience the pressure. The problem is we attribute that pressure to the situations in the world. We think the pressure is because of that situation. Like I heard, a lot of people telling me in, initial corona, this corona is destroyed, corona destroyed. I said, hey, January, were you not having any problem in your life? When I spoke to you in Jan, you were speaking about some other problem. Okay. Now you are talking about corona. 2021, if I ask you on the same date, September 1, 2021, if I ask you, you will not say corona is my problem. You will say something else as your problem. And you think that is what is causing that pressure. Now, Vedanta says, no, that is not what is causing the pressure, man. It is you are not in your original position. So long as you are not in your original position, there will be pressure experienced within. Don't attribute it to something outside. It's nothing to do with that, please. It is to do with you not being in your original state. Now, how to get back to that original state?